Man, it's fun doing these tournament recaps when you have one of these right here. Just to tell you just in detail what happened this week. You know, the last time I was here, I fished upriver, I guess, towards the lake all 6 days, and finished 25th, caught 18 pounds a day, caught them all deep. And this week I took a right. I went the complete opposite direction every day. I never even visited one spot I'd ever seen before, and it really paid off. You know, there was a couple of things. The reason I thought that was, you know, Brandon won the previous event here going out in the lake. I figured a lot of the competition will go out there as far as they possibly could to get as close to him as possible. And, you know, that direction, the way I went, it didn't get near the pressure, you know. Then another thing is, you know, another thing that really factored in my equation this week was we had a full moon. So I really feel like on a full moon, fish go shallow. And not all of them, just some of them, and a lot of times big ones. And I didn't get very many bites. It was a really trying practice, and it made it a lot easier already having the Classic qualified, because I had 7, 4, and 7 bites in practice, but I was going Mach 5. I mean, I was going as fast as I could down those banks looking for the right kind of stuff, and the right stuff was clean sand bottoms with little grass patches, rocks, just stuff that was clean. They did not want to be in all that grass. Big open areas. They wanted areas they could see and feed, sight feed, and really, really critical. So in practice, I had reaction baits on. I had Spark Shed on, I had a X80, and I really didn't care to catch them. I just wanted them to show themselves. They'd follow the baits a lot of times, and it really, you know, every fish I saw, I'd put a waypoint there. And then I started visiting all that during the tournament. You know, and the tournament progressed. I caught a few deep on one little head of an island type deal underneath the water, drop shot, and then on a little zoom speed crawl. But the rest of all my fish came shallow. And, you know, it was a challenge to get those fish to bite. You really had to stay off of them. You had to have, you know, something realistic, you know, like that Spark Shad is just a really realistic looking bait. You know, I put it here on this I don't know the name of that head, but works really well. It's got eyeballs, and it just fits it perfect. And I'd really wind that pretty quick. And if they didn't eat that, or they didn't eat the X80, I'd throw back in you know, like a zoom fluke stick or a drop shot, and I'd try to catch those fish. Those fish weren't spawning. They're up there, they're territorial, they're like, this is my home, this is my dinner table, you know, this stretch right here, and anything comes in my dinner table, I'm gonna eat or run it out of there. And those big smallmouth are that way. There'd just be one. It was just a lot of fun. That's how the week went down, and man, it was a fun week just catching those giant smallmouth in that clear of water. And I don't know what else to say. 2 in a row, and I couldn't be any happier.